Hope it's a good day for everybody that's downloading, podcasting, and watching live. Been a good week sports-wise, good week business-wise, good week fan-wise, so I can't complain, Knocker. And I kicked your goddamn ass in golf.
Oh, let's not get into it.
You don't want me to bring that up right away? You want me to save that for shit of the week, or what did you want me to say?
I think you should, yeah. Because it very much was.
Can you talk in the mic like a professional instead of?
Yeah, you whipped my ass. It was ugly. I quit for the first time ever, and we'll get into
we're gonna get into that later.
Yes. Asshole.
I'm looking forward to it. I really, really am, Knocker. It's gonna be.
Shut up.
You like that? You like that?
I said a lot of that this weekend. I said a lot of that in the golf course.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, so we'll get that later in the show, how Knocker quit golf, kind of like how I quit Madden. Kind of, it's kind of down the same road. No, he didn't, though, but it was a good story. Got a lot going on in tonight's show. If you guys hear a little slight buzz, that's because we got the air conditioner for the first time, Knock.
I know, right? I was debating whether to turn it on, whether it would
No, it's not that bad. It got to like 79, I think, today.
Right. Blistering 79.
Because us in California, we got like 2 weeks of straight rain, and we were like all bitching about it.
It's cold. It's cold.
I'm tempted to heat the pool though now. Like I got home like today, and I was my first thing is I walk in the backyard. I got this routine at least. I go walk in the backyard and pick up the dog shit. That's my first thing. I don't want my backyard smelling like shit. I got fucking 3 dogs now. I'm a fucking farm in my back fucking yard, Knocker. Got this new puppy, but at least the new puppy goes on a pee pad inside the house, so it's cool with that. But yeah, I was out there outside. I was like, I kind of want to throw the pool on. Let's get into that time in California. I think we're good. So if you guys want to call the show tonight, 626-208-9040 is the number. You guys can watch us live right now on Ustream. I sent out the link on our Twitter. So if you guys are checking us out on Twitter right now, go and click on that. You guys can watch us live. Download the show on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Stitcher Radio, all that good stuff. We keep always plugging on the show, but we need you guys to keep downloading and subscribe and leave the reviews and rate the show. Give us 5 stars on iTunes. It really helps everything out. So do all that.
We both brought the hair tonight.
We got a new haircut going. Right? New haircut going.
You got the new coif up there.
I do. Is this one okay with you? I know you went with, I didn't go with the Kim Jong-un.
It's better than most.
Is it better than most?
It's better than most.
Okay. You know what I was going for? Do you know what the picture it's so I shouldn't admit this. I'm going to admit something on the show that probably is really embarrassing to me, but I'm going to go and do it because that's what I do. I'm a truthful man on the show.
I'm afraid. I'm afraid to hear what you're about to say right now.
Well, it's when you get a haircut. Like, I don't just go in and say, hey, I want this, and describe it verbally. I got to show a picture because girls got to see what it is. And the girl I go to is the same girl I've gone to since I was 5 years old.
Yeah.
Carmen, she's great.
Absolutely.
I just went to her in Glendora. I'll plug her. China Clipper in Glendora. Great. Hit her up. I always bring in a picture of what my hair wants to look like, but it's always some celebrity dude that would be on my mirror. I know.
Only women do that.
I know, Knocker. I know. I'm.
Why don't you just put a picture of Mark Long up in her? Right.
Sad thing is, I think I might have pulled a Mark Long out in the day and asked, "Can I get the Mark Long?"
She'll know. Everybody knows what the Mark Long.
I know, Mark. I know. Do you know who I pulled out today? Does this look like anything? Who do you think that I pulled out to get this haircut today? Who do you think was my actor? Because it's always I'll give you that. It's always usually an actor. I love this actor. He's been in good movies. He's been in war movies. He's been in a movie about back in the Roman. Oh yeah,
it's your Brad Pitt Fury.
Oh god, haircut. I pulled it up. It's like, Carmen, can you give me the Brad Pitt Fury?
Did she laugh at you?
She did. She giggled. She tried. I could tell. Now, Carmen, I knew it. I didn't say anything. She giggled a little on that. Said, okay. Okay. She's like, but you do this every time. I think I have every single dude that you probably
all your faces.
Oh, God, Knocker. It was. I kind of felt sad as a 34-year-old man
bringing in a picture of how you want your hair to look of an actor.
Yeah. That's what I do with my haircuts, people.
Better Brad Pitt than Carrot Top. She's probably looking at it. Are you sure, Josh? Yeah. I got it like that. Mm-hmm. You messed up. You got the wrong picture.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's a guilty secret of mine. My haircuts come after famous actors that I have gay crushes on.
Oh my god.
and I will clip that. I'm sure Renee will put that together in some clip right there. So so that's going on. But yeah, we do. Hey, we gotta say, your hair is fantastic today. But you're taking off for a vacation.
Absolutely. As soon as the show's over, I am.
You're going to your sanctuary.
Yes,
also known as Palm Springs.
Yes.
You're going out there for over Easter.
Yes.
Because we're all basically in the family doing other things this year.
Right. My kids are not going to Graham's.
No, we're all either going with our wives or going on a trip or something.
So we might just stay through Monday.
So you can play golf out there?
Yes, I'm going to play golf on Friday.
Okay. We will bring that story up later. I was going to say, are you still okay? Are you okay to play?
Oh, mentally I got over it.
Oh, man. Oh, you did? I don't think you did.
I'm over it.
I think that mentally scarred you.
It hurt. I got to admit, it hurt. But
I can't wait to tell the story. I fucking can't wait to tell the story.
But, you have to regroup. And
oh, man, I love you, Pop. I do. I love you, man.
I
had a good time. Thank you that was for my birthday, too, so I appreciate that.
I spanked Wendy. Had some angry sex, and everything is fine.
I did not need to know that you spanked my mother. I think there's you go. There's another one.
Right?
There's another one.
Wow, winning.
That's what Charlie just
and it's gone.
right there.
It's gone. As a matter of fact, I might want you to whip me like that again. That was real fun.
And moving on with the show. All right. God damn you, Knocker. Lot going on. We only have the Final Four coming up, which is going to be, I think, a really good Final Four. I think. As I went on ODawg, a plug a show, I was great. Thank you for having me on last night, ODawg, on BKS1 Radio in the game. I was on that show, so appreciate it. He asked me my thoughts on the Final Four, and I told him, to me, the championship game is between Villanova and Kansas. I believe whoever wins that game wins the championship, Knocker, because I think they're that, not that much. I think Michigan's there, but I just think that Kansas and Villanova are, whoever wins that game, and I feel Villanova is going to win the championship. I think Villanova's going to repeat.
Villanova is definitely the
offense,
the class of the four with the experience and winning it before. And, I like them.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We'll get into the Final Four going on. Give you guys again my prediction and Knockers coming up. Also on the show, the big story kind of circulating Knocker over this whole entire week. NFL just continues to make headlines after headline. I mean, what a crazy. Knocker, I mean, you look back, this is one of the busier free agent seasons we've had in a long time. There's a lot of name changes. When it comes to next year, from quarterbacks being in different spots, big-name guys, guys you wouldn't think that would go places that are signed for less, it's just going to be a great free agency market, and more names coming down this week. But the bigger one that might possibly be on the market now is Odell Beckham. I called him the biggest, pussy in the league, Knocker. You know that I've said it from the very beginning. I could not stand this guy. I think he's the next Des Bryant. I won't even, and ODawg called me on this. I compared him to T.O. last night, and Coach V got on me for that. She's like, you can't even compare him to T.O. T.O.'s numbers are this. And I'm like, I'm not comparing Odell to T.O. as his numbers wise. Mm-hmm. I'm comparing to him what distraction he is on and off the field. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think he's riding that train, Knocker.
You can, and Coach V, I'm sorry, but you can spurt all the numbers that you want.
Yeah, she got upset.
But the only thing I will come back with you is every year he was in the league, he led the league in drop passes. Okay, he could make the spectacular play, but I don't need the spectacular play.
Well, this is the play, Knocker. Everyone goes back.
Well, he's living off that.
He lives off that play. The play we're showing again, where you can watch us on YouTube, as we'll put up the video tomorrow if you guys want to podcast and see what it is live. But yeah, we got that great catch. Everyone knows the catch by Beckham. Sure. Put him on Madden or whatever. It just gave him his career, his shoes, everything. He's lived off that catch.
Exactly. I agree. Again, they asked me about that, and if we're going to get into it, let's get it. I do not want him on my team.
Yeah, we'll get to it in a second. Jordy Nelson signing with the new team. We'll get to that as well. Rams picking up another big player. Rams are looking healthy, Knocker, coming in right now.
Yep.
Johnny Manziel coming out of the woodwork, Knocker. We'll talk about that. Also coming up, we got MLB opening week on tomorrow.
Yeah.
Not kickoff. I'd say hit off, whatever it is. Pitch off for MLB. Some would say jerk, as I am, but we'll go on. I'm excited to look. I'm looking for the Angels season, Knocker. As you know, we're big avid Angels fans.
Yes.
I've got season tickets, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they got going on this year, Knocker. We didn't have season tickets last year. We were kind of we really did give them up because we were really sick and tired of them just shitting the bed the last few years, spending money not wisely.
Right.
Not,
mediocre baseball.
Mediocre baseball. We're not going to pay. I'm not going to pay for that. And they made some moves this year. I like the direction they're kind of headed in now. The young, with their talent, got rid of kind of the baggage that they had. Kind of they're cleaning it out, and I like the direction they're going in. But we'll talk about that. Our thoughts coming in just overall, preview the season, and a big injury today came down, Knocker. Is breaking news today to the Kansas City Royals. I'll get into the player's name later, but
oh wow,
an off the field injury. Knocker. So we'll talk about that. Nothing life-threatening, but an injury nonetheless. We'll get into that shot of the week. I'm shitting on some people today. Ronda Rousey, you a fucking bitch.
She a bitch.
And I don't care. People are tweeting me at Knocker. They're tweeting at me because I tweeted that out, what we're going to talk about, and they put Ronda Rousey's actual name in the Twitter, added her. Sure. And they're saying we really want to see the fight between me and Ronda. I'm
it's not going to be much of a fight. I mean, she'll whip your ass.
She's a bitch.
Yep.
That doesn't.
Yeah, she is a bitch.
Yes, she is. Did you see her interviews?
I saw the part everybody's talking
Okay,
about.
we're going to get to that later in the show as well. So a lot going on. I could tease all day. Drunk of the week, viral videos. You got knocked the fuck out. So a bunch of good stuff. Knocker, how was your weekend, though, overall? I know we play golf, so we'll play later. Anything else spectacular? I know you're heading to Palm Springs. So is that pretty much your gist of what's going on with you?
Yeah, I'm leaving tonight.
Are you not drinking? Do you only have water tonight?
No, that's vodka and water and some sparkling ice.
I just want to make sure we're on the same level.
Oh, no,
here.
please.
Okay.
Please, I'll Uber to Palm Springs if I have to. I don't care. We got a show to do.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate that.
Right?
All right.
Show comes first. Show must go on.
The show must
But yeah, we're
go
going
on.
down there. It's kind of a traditional thing with your Uncle Jim and some of the golfers and what have you. We go down there and we watch.
Get great weather down there.
Yeah. We watch the LPGA tournament, the ANA Inspiration Tournament, the first major for the women golfers, and it's a good time.
Yeah.
It really is a good time. So
cheap beers, get to see some women in some skirts playing golf.
When they oil up the legs and they go out there and play golf, I'm serious, dude. It's definitely a spectator sport.
We all know you have a not like a crush, but you're a Michelle Wee fan.
Michelle Wee and Lexi Thompson.
Lexi Thompson.
Oh. And
you just did the chabs right there, man.
And Nordquist's legs.
Who?
Right? Nordquist.
Uh-huh.
Her name is Nordquist.
Yeah.
Scandinavian.
Google her right now, everybody.
Oh, legs. Oh.
Just for days?
Oh.
For days?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Chabbies agrees with that. Oh, speaking of Chabbies, man, I joined Tim in his big money fantasy baseball league. He invited me to join. He's been in this league for like 15 years. Now, I feel kind of honored. He asked me, you know we love Chabbies.
Absolutely.
And I won't get into anything else that, the guy's a great guy. He's had some stuff going on in his life that I'm not going to even get into, but he's a great family man.
Absolutely.
And, his health is what I'm, saying. I'm not going to even get into it. So, but I love that. We love the guy. I love him. I seriously love Chabbies. He to me, I've never even met him, but I will do anything for that man because he's fucking awesome. But anyway, he came and he hit me. I was like, dude, you want to join this Fantasy Go co-ownership in the Fantasy Baseball League? And we got our draft tomorrow. Pretty excited about it. I have been out of it for about 3 years.
Yeah, you have.
Just because it's so much, dude. Baseball,
it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah,
and I was in very competitive leagues, and I did it for a long time, and I was good at it, but it's just a lot. Sure. It's a lot of work. I'm kind of excited to get back into it. So we'll get into all that. So shout out to Chabbies. Yeah, so that should be fun. All right, let's get into it. You guys call the show 626-208-9040 is the number. As you know, we love football on this show, and it just gets headlines, Knocker, so let's break it down. Here we go. Knocker, draft is right around the corner. I know we had a great conversation last week with Nick Hamilton. You were just talking about it. You went back and listened to it, and you were just impressed by the professionalism that we all had on the show.
Yeah, he brought in, his credentials, and we sat down, and, we had a very good conversation. We all made good points without being stupid about it. So, it was kind of nice to re-listen, because when you're doing it, you're not quite sure, what's going, how it's going out.
I liked it, too. I think a lot of people enjoyed it. I think we had great points, and we ended on a good note, and it was good stuff. But, again, a lot of news going on right now, so let's break down the big stories in the NFL here, Knocker. First one up, none other than the Odell Beckham saga that continues to happen in New York. Do you keep him? What do you do with him? What is he worth? So many questions here, Knocker, that we have to get to. Kind of, alluded to it earlier that, you're kind of thinking the same opinion of him. I don't think he's worth paying the big dollars.
God, no.
I don't think that he's worth, if I'm another team, he's worth 2 picks. No. First-round picks, that is.
No way. Not on your life.
But on the other side, Knocker, he is a great player. He's a game-changing player, or is he not?
I think he's a good player. He's above average, but great. I'm not putting him there. He's made some great catches. I'm not going to take that away. He's made some spectacular catches. Okay? But does he block? Does he make all the catches? He's a distraction on the sidelines, getting in a fight with the kicker's net. He whines, he cries. I think he's a distraction, and I'm old school. I think there's enough talent and enough good players where I don't have to put up with this shit. And I'm certainly not going to pay you when, okay, you've been injured, right? You've been injured, and you're a distraction, and you like seeing your name in papers. You like being in the media, in the spotlight.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. I just don't.
I want to bring up, I want to get his stats here, because he was hurt last year, Knocker, only played 4 games last year. Had suffered, a couple fines throughout when the time he was playing. He's never really had that connection to Eli either. That's why I don't get, are you still going to build around Eli? Are you going to build around Odell Beckham? The Giants right now, I think, for one of those organizations that you might have put up their, Knocker, as top-notch, clean, or do it the right way, right? Weren't they considered one of those? The Mara family, they held their coaches for a long time.
Yeah, but they've also been known as a team that doesn't pay.
Correct.
So they're cyclical. I mean, there are years where the Giants were just absolutely horrid, and then they put together a good team, but you lose a player here because you don't pay, you lose a player there because you don't pay, guy gets hurt, and then you sink to where you are now, and then they just made a horrible decision on the coach that they hired for last year, which is going to set them back a little bit. Yeah. But they're definitely a team in transition, and luckily they play in a division where there's really, there's 2 good teams, so they still have a shot to do something with it. But it just, they need to get rid of them. The problem is, I don't see a line of people, I don't see a line of organizations lining up saying, hey, we want him, hey, we want him. The Rams are like the only ones that are really in the news saying, okay, we might take a flyer on him. Right. We're only going to do it for 1 year.
What if you're the Browns? Do you give up one of those 2 top 5 picks that you have?
No, because I think
plus the next year, you give them your 2019 plus one of them this year, then you get yourself a quarterback, and you got yourself you go out and get Darnold, and then you get Beckham on a trade. Hell, Knocker, if I'm a Browns fan, I might be happy with that. Because you never know. All these first-rounders, how many of them pan out to be an Odell Beckham for your organization?
You'd be happy because you're bringing the name there, and you're going to be myopic and only see the positive to bringing him on your team, right? But you're the Browns. Somewhere in the back of your mind, this has to just go wrong, right? He's going to break his leg on game 1, and you gave up 2 draft picks. So the Browns, I think the Browns right now are still sitting really pretty. They've got some decent players. They've got some good draft picks. I think if they just stand pat for a minute and just do the right thing and be smart, a year from now, 2 years from now, I think they're going to be a good team.
Well, we got Ode to the Dizzle on the show right now. ODawg, what is going on? Are you he's on a burner. What kind of phone are you on? Are you on a burner phone right now?
No. Give me a second. I'm outside. I'm walking to the car. I literally just got off the train. I'm walking to my car, but I had to get on
What is City Man? What is like a City Man?
Driving for that company that doesn't sponsor the show, so maybe I'll make some extra cash.
You're such an urban warrior,
right?
Taking the public transportation,
right?
Walking to the car. What a good American.
What's up, fellas? Listen, I want to thank both of you guys for calling in last night. It was a privilege and an honor to have you on my show In the Game Tuesday nights, 9 p.m.
Yep.
WBKS1.com. Josh, it's amazing, Knocker, it's amazing how Josh could be wrong on 2 different shows. He's so good.
On 2 different shows.
Wow. He just comes in here. Bam. I go on his show, nice guy. No, he drops a fire on me.
Well, he's wrong twice in 2 days.
ODawg, I can't believe you're not. Ahead, I can't believe you're not with me and Knocker on this Odell Beckham situation. I really thought, knowing you and knowing kind of your sports takes and how you feel about things, I can't believe you're not with us on this.
On this one thing, I would say only because he's such a transcendent talent. The guy's a game changer. You said it yourself just a few minutes ago. He has an impact on games. He will help you win games. I like what you said. If you're Cleveland, what the hell? Take a flyer. Throw those picks away, because in Odell Beckham, assuming he comes back from injury, you have a known quantity. Like you just said, how many first-rounders pan out? Are you going to get a stud receiver like him? Even if you take him for 1 year, you don't re-sign him, you get a quarterback, you take a shot. Heck, you're going from 0-16. If you win 10 games with that guy, all of a sudden, Hugh Jackson's a stud. he starts looking like a genius. The front office looks like a genius, and you revive football in Cleveland. The Rams are another team. I know Knocker said last night he doesn't want him on his teim, and I can certainly understand that.
Knocker is shaking his head in disgust at you right now.
Say it again?
Knocker is shaking his head in disgust at you right now, ODawg.
Oh, I know. I understand, and I don't disagree with him. But here's the thing. Here's the other side of the argument. The Rams are back in L.A. They might be looking for a big name to bring even more attention to football. You know how it is in L.A. Everybody else can find something to do. It's very easy to go to the beach. It's very easy to go, to Palm Springs. By the way, was it Palm Springs you're going to, Knocker?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so have a great trip out there, by the way.
Thank you.
But it's very easy to find 20 other things to do in L.A. because the weather's beautiful, So it's not like here on the East Coast in October, you go to a football game. What else are you going to do?
No,
So they might want to bring in that guy. They're a team that's built to win or building to win. With Sue, I know Knocker said last night in the game, he didn't like Sue, but he understands it. So maybe you bring Odell Beckham in for 1 year. If he pans out, great. If he doesn't, you let him go become a free agent.
Well, here's my problem, old perro.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Okay, we're going Spanish, ODawg. Old perro. Okay? If you're Cleveland, with their history, we just alluded to that before you came on the air, of everything going wrong with whatever you do. Here's my problem with that. You're bringing a guy whose name is bigger than the entire organization, okay? And you're going to draft a quarterback that you're going to try and build your team around again, right? And, okay,
right.
He might be a good player. I'm not going to categorize him as great. I just don't think he is. I think he's made a few good plays, but I want the grinder. I want the everyday guy. I want Jerry Rice. I want the guy that shows up every single day, catches with two hands. Jordy Nelson, Steve Largent, Bolitnikov. I want that guy. Now, here's my issue as far as Cleveland. Okay, you're going to get him. You're going to get the name. You have nobody to throw the ball to him yet. And all he's going to do is he wants the contract. He wants the money, and Cleveland is not going to pay the money. So what's the point in giving up draft picks to get a guy that is probably going to leave as a free agent, and you're probably 2 years away from doing anything in the league? So what's the point in bringing in a distraction to your team that's already a problem?
But then by that logic, what you're saying now, because the Rams are primed for him, because he's going to come in there for 1 year and ball out because he knows it's a contract year. You could also franchise him if you wanted to, but if he's going to come in and ball out for 1 year, you get that top performance. Maybe you guys get to a Super Bowl. Who knows? That changes everything in LA.
I agree with you on that point, that if the Rams are going to do it and they're doing it just for 1 year to see if they can break out for the 1 year.
Is 2 first-round picks though worth a 1 year rental? It's not.
I'm not giving up the 2 first rounds, and I don't think they'll have to because there's nobody to bid against.
Yeah.
Nobody's bidding against the guy.
I can give him this year's first round if I'm the Rams, and like a third round for next year. I think that's what he's worth to me on a 1 year contract.
Okay. I can buy that.
I agree with that. I think that's fair. Now, Knocker, just to go back to what you said. Now, I love what you're saying about, the Steve Largents, the Jordy Nelsons, the Jerry Rices. But where are those guys? They don't make those guys
They're in the
anymore.
Hall of
Fame. That's a lost era of football, man. We don't have those guys. We got the T.O.s. You've got the Odell Beckhams. We've got the Josh Gordons.
You've got Amendola. You've got Jordy Nelson.
Yeah.
You've got the Cole Beasley.
You got Hopkins for the Texans, who doesn't stay a word, catches the football every single time.
Wait a minute.
Julian Edelman.
So what you want is a short white guy?
Larry Fitzgerald.
Wow. Now he wants to play the race card.
Oh, he said Amendola, Cole Beasley. Oh, I hear short white guys. I'm just asking a question.
Cole Beasley is a brother inside. You heard him rap. Okay? Right? He's an undercover brother.
That's right.
That is true.
I understand what you're saying, and you want to get somebody you can depend on. But again, for a 1 year basically rental, I don't know. I'd have to consider it if I'm the Rams. If you can get it for a first round and maybe, like you said, Josh, third round or something like that.
Yeah.
Then I go ahead.
You might want to take a run at it.
Yep, I do. I do that. I do it for that, but I'm not giving away 2 first rounders for him. I'm just not going to do that.
I'm not either. Yeah. So, moving on real quick here, so I have you on the phone, ODawg. Appreciate you calling in. Again, you guys can follow ODawg. What's your Twitter? What's your Twitter out there? So let everyone know where they're at.
My Twitter is @ODawg WBKS. the number one at the ODawg WBKS.
That's what I'm talking about. How about these new rules that just came down here? Let's talk about a couple. And what about the new helmet-to-helmet rule here? Here goes the rule. Under the broadened rule now, offending players would be penalized for lowering their heads and leading with the crown of their helmets to initiate contact against an opponent on any play knocker. A 15-yard penalty would be assessed, and players may be disqualified depending on the severity of the hit. Goodell said replay will be used to determine whether a player should be ejected from the game. I'll throw it to you, ODawg, first, then I'll give you a chance to rebuttal here, Knocker, and give your comments on it. What are your thoughts, real quick, ODawg, on this new helmet-to-helmet rule that's going to be in a big effect here in the NFL?
I think it's going to be problematic. I think it's going to be huge problems. Number one, how do you judge intent? Okay, a lot of times receivers come in, they drop their chin, a safety or a corner comes in, he's thinking he's going shoulder, and sometimes you do have inadvertent helmet-to-helmet contact. It's a violent collision sport. We cannot remove violent collisions. That's why we love it, because of the violent collisions. And then okay, so now you penalize the guy. What are we going to take, 10 minutes to watch a replay to figure out if it's helmet-to-helmet, if we have to eject the guy? So now you're slowing the whole game down, and you've broken up the continuity of the game, the flow of the game. I think it's problematic from the start.
Okay, now, you guys keep saying helmet-to-helmet. That's not how I read the rule. What I read the rule was a player will be penalized if he lowers his head to initiate contact. Not necessarily helmet-to-helmet, but just contact, period. So what this does...
And that's another part of it.
...is every 2-yard play where you're in an I formation and you hand it to the running back and he goes into the line, what's the first thing he does? He lowers his effing head to get the 1.5 yards. So now you're going to penalize him for that? Because you can't go into the line standing straight up.
If it's 4th and 1 and Dak hands the ball to Zeke and he runs up the fucking middle with his head down, he's going to be penalized 15 goddamn yards for that?
According to the rule.
And potentially ejected from the game.
That's insane because he's running downhill with his head down and he hits a linebacker and knocks him back and maybe hurts the guy. They're going to penalize the running back for that at this point?
So, when Isaiah Robertson got run over,
That's insane.
Back in the day by Earl Campbell would have been penalized and maybe thrown out of the game. Bosworth with Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson, baby.
Right?
One of the greatest hits of all time.
What's the first thing they teach you in football when you hit? Go low. Like you hit low. Right. Lowest one wins, right? Helmet down.
John Riggins could have never played this game.
Shoulders in.
Nitsky. No. All these people. Here's the problem with it. And again, I have a problem with these things that happen in the defensive backfield. You're running up on a bang-bang play, and now all of a sudden, okay, you're lowering your shoulder, you're lowering your head to where you think the other player's going to be. And the throw is now low. Because you're not looking at the ball, you're looking at the player. The throw's low, so what you thought was going to be your hitting spot is now changed, and his head is dropped 5 inches into your hitting zone. You can't change. You can't stop and turn. And it just... Why don't we just not allow the defensive players to hit the offensive players until they catch the ball and land on the ground and take 2 steps?
I don't get it. I don't get it. I just want to see how they're really going to enforce it. Like, it's going to change the game.
I have no idea how they're going to do that.
I don't know how they're going to do it.
It's going to totally change the game. You know what it's going to become? It's going to become like the Pro Bowl. I don't know if you guys had a chance to see the Pro Bowl.
I agree.
But you know how guys don't hit in the Pro Bowl? That's what football is going to become. I watched it this year because I was bored, and I sat there and I said, this is football. This is what they want. Where guys, nobody's going to get injured playing like this, and nobody was going full speed. It's like, okay, look, we stopped you. We kind of impeded your progress. The whistle blows, everybody stops. That's what they want to do.
I think it's really going to hurt the game, Knocker. I mean, this really sucks because I love football. I love watching football.
And
there's a reason why I love watching football and why millions of Americans love watching football. It's because it's exciting and it's violence. And you know what? There's a potential that a guy could get knocked the fuck out. And that's just what you get paid.
That's why we watch.
And that's why we watch. And that's why you get paid the money. That's why the guy in the UFC gets paid hundreds of thousands of dollars on his pay-per-view event because he can get knocked out.
Okay, let me tell you this.
Yeah.
John Elway's helicopter run against Green Bay. That's a penalty.
Oh, my God. That would have been the guys would have got thrown out of that game.
Elway gets penalized for that move.
Well, lastly, I'm not going to go over all the rules here. I'm not going to go over all the rules, but the other big one, Knocker and ODawg, was the rule defining a catch. Now, there's a couple bullet points here. Control the ball now, 2 feet down, or any body part, Knocker. Okay. A football move such as a third step, reaching or extending for the line to gain, or the ability to perform such an act. Does that clear up anything for you?
Not really. All they should do is make the receivers the same as a running back. Right? You have control of the ball. It's obvious you have control of the ball, and the ground cannot cause a fumble.
It says the key change to the rule eliminated the going to the ground element of the previous rule.
And it should be that way. It should be just like a running back. If you have the ball, you're now a running back.
Okay.
And running backs, the ground cannot cause a fumble. If you reach out and you hit the ground, the ball pops out, it's not a fumble. The play's dead.
The play's dead,
It should be exactly the same for the receivers.
ODawg, what is your take here before you get to break, man?
I agree 100% with Knocker. That's the way it's got to be. You make all players equal on the offense. If you got the ball, the ground can't cause a fumble, and we got no problem. I don't understand why the NFL can't simplify this rule so that everyone can understand it. They keep trying to simplify it. They keep making it more complicated.
Right. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, man.
I agree.
Well,
ODawg, plug your show real quick. I mean, again, I appreciate you coming on, having me on the show last night, dude.
Hey, I appreciate you finally calling in. It's about time.
I had to take a break from GTA.
It's only been 3 freaking years.
Yeah, I had to stop playing Xbox for a little bit. So.
It's in the game. WBKS, the1.com. We're on the internet just like Josh. Knocker, we do it like they do. We just love to talk sports, have fun. We're passionate about it just like you guys. 9 p.m. Tuesdays. And thank you so much for helping to make our show better, guys. We really appreciate it.
I can't wait to see you.
I'll see you at the golf tournament,
man. I can't wait to see you, ODawg. I really can't, man.
Bring your appetite, because we
got Taco Man after party.
Oh, I can't wait.
Taco Man after party.
Hey, Josh, let's try to keep Knocker upright this year, all right?
Yeah, all right. We got that. You know, ODawg, I'm gonna take you up on that, because I hope he does make it to the end.
Okay, and just make sure that you have your passports, okay? And
yes, sir.
I have a chair being built for Blackout. So, right? I got specs.
Steel reinforced, right?
Right? I got a reinforced all metal chair for Blackout.
Titanium alloy. ODawg, I love you. You have a good rest of the night, buddy.
I'll talk to you guys next week, man. Right, I love you guys. Have a great show. I'm going to watch, but I'll be out driving.
All right, brother. Take care. All right, man. That's the O to the Dizzle. Always good stuff with him. All right, Knock. We'll get to.
And by the way, it's ODawg. It's DAWG.
Oh, yeah. He's gangster like that.
Right. He's gangster like that. Right. It's not DOGG like Snoop.
Nah, he's DAWG, dog. ODawg. Well, we get back, Knocker. Get cover a little bit more in the NFL. We had a couple trades go down, a couple free agency signs. So we'll get to that. The Browns are looking to overhaul their uniform design, Knocker. I'm sure we can come up with some new names and designs for the Browns' new uniform. We'll get to that. MLB opening day. A bunch more coming up on the show. Knocker Song of the Week after the next break. And plenty more on the Sportscast. If you guys, again, want to call in, 626-208-9040 as ODawg did just a second ago. We'll be back. It's kind of hard to say after a while. We'll be back here.